This file was not meant to remain open, and yet it found you. You are now entering a recorded field transmission from the Department of Lost Places. This is archive entry 014. The subject of this record is known as the Frozen Bell Tower. Among the many structures documented by the Department of Lost Places, few appear more ordinary at first glance. A tower, a bell, a winter landscape, nothing immediately impossible, nothing obviously mysterious, and yet the department has spent decades attempting to understand why the bell has never rung. The tower has been observed in numerous locations, at the centre of abandoned squares, on distant hills above snow-covered forests, beside frozen lakes, at the edge of villages that disappear when approached. The surrounding geography changes. The tower does not. Every report describes the same structure. A narrow stone bell tower rising above the winter landscape, weathered by age, covered in frost, its upper windows filled with pale blue light, a single bronze bell suspended near the summit. The bell is visible from considerable distance, and in every documented encounter it remains perfectly still. Not silent. Still. The distinction is important. Many visitors describe the unmistakable feeling that the bell is waiting to ring, as though a note hangs invisibly in the air, a sound held just beyond hearing, a moment held just before arrival. The first department record dates back nearly a century. A surveyor crossing a frozen valley noticed the tower standing alone upon a hill. Snow surrounded the structure in every direction. No roads led towards it, no footprints led away. Yet a narrow path appeared beneath the surveyor's feet as soon as the tower was noticed. The path has appeared in every subsequent report. Regardless of weather conditions, a single route always leads upward. Neither hidden nor obvious, merely present, as though the tower allows itself to be visited by those who have already begun the climb. The ascent is rarely difficult, yet visitors often describe an unusual sensation during the journey, the feeling that they are arriving later than expected, and earlier than expected, at the same time. Department researchers remain unable to explain this paradox. The tower appears closely associated with unusual perceptions of timing. Near the entrance hangs a wooden plaque. Though weathered by countless winters, the inscription remains legible. Not yet is also a season. This statement has become one of the most cited passages within department archives. The tower door opens easily. The interior is unexpectedly warm. Not heated. Warm, as though the stone itself remembers sunlight. A spiral staircase winds upward through several levels. Unlike many archive structures, the rooms within the tower are sparsely furnished. Simple wooden benches, lanterns, shelves containing journals, small windows overlooking the surrounding winter landscape. The journals have attracted considerable attention from department researchers. Every volume appears handwritten, yet no author is identified, and every entry follows a similar pattern. Seeds beneath frozen ground, a river waiting for spring to thaw, a letter still travelling, a bird preparing for migration, a tree gathering strength before flowering. At first glance, the observations appear unrelated. Over time, a common theme emerges. Preparation. The journals document things that are not finished becoming what they will become. One volume contains only a single sentence repeated hundreds of times. The season is working even when nothing appears to move. Several surveyors have reported becoming unexpectedly emotional upon reading it. Halfway up the tower stands a chamber known informally as the clock room. The room contains dozens of clocks, wall clocks, pocket watches, grandfather clocks, sundials preserved beneath glass, mechanical devices unlike anything recognized by conventional horology. Remarkably, none display the same time, and yet department investigators have confirmed that none appear broken. Every clock functions perfectly. Each simply measures something different. One may track the return of courage, another the healing of grief, another the arrival of understanding. A fourth appears dedicated entirely to unanswered questions. The clocks continue moving steadily, never rushing, never stopping. The department currently believes the room serves as a reminder. Time is not always measured by calendars. Some forms of progress obey different clocks. Eventually visitors reach the summit, the bell chamber. The room is open to the winter sky. Snow drifts through the upper arches. Frost patterns decorate the ancient stone. Above everything hangs the bell itself. It is larger than expected, far larger. Its bronze surface bears inscriptions weathered beyond translation. Ice clings to its edges. Moonlight reflects across its curved surface. Visitors often experience a powerful urge to ring the bell. No explanation has been identified. The impulse appears nearly universal, yet no one ever does. Not because they are prevented, because the closer they approach, the more clearly they understand something. The bell is not waiting to be rung. It is waiting for its moment. Several surveyors report receiving this understanding instantly. Others describe a gradual realization while standing beneath the bell. The message remains consistent. Certain things cannot be summoned before they are ready. Spring cannot be hurried. Trust cannot be forced. Wisdom cannot be rushed. Recovery cannot be commanded. Some arrivals occur according to deeper rhythms. The bell appears dedicated to preserving those rhythms. One of the most unusual observations originates from surveyor Elias Hart, whose brief report on the Orchard of Forgotten Afternoons remains amongst the most concise documents in department archives. Hart spent nearly an hour within the bell chamber. Upon returning, he recorded the following statement. I finally understood that waiting and wasting time are not the same thing. The department considers this one of the most significant observations associated with the tower. During exceptionally rare encounters, visitors report hearing the bell ring, not loudly, not dramatically, a single note, deep, clear, resonant. Interestingly, these reports never occur while visitors are inside the tower. The sound is always heard after departure, sometimes days later, sometimes years. The bell rings at the precise moment something long awaited finally arrives. A decision, a reunion, a beginning, an understanding. a return. Whether the sound is literal or symbolic remains unknown. The department no longer considers the distinction particularly important. Departure from the tower follows the same path used during arrival. The staircase descends. The door closes gently behind the visitor. The winter landscape stretches before them. The tower remains visible for some distance, standing quietly above the snow, patient, unmoving, certain. Eventually snowfall obscures the summit. The path fades. The hill becomes empty. Only the memory remains, and perhaps a growing appreciation for timing. The department classifies the frozen bell tower as type, temporal preservation structure, seasonal threshold monument, patience archive, access level uncommon, most frequently encountered during periods of waiting, uncertainty, or incomplete transformation. Final note from the archivist. Much of modern life encourages acceleration, faster journeys, faster answers, faster outcomes. The tower proposes an alternative perspective. A seed does not become a forest by hurrying. A winter does not become spring through impatience. Perhaps some of the most important developments in life occur beyond the reach of urgency, quietly, gradually, according to clocks we rarely notice. The bell, it seems, understands this perfectly, which may explain why it rings so rarely and why its timing is always exact. This concludes archive entry 014. The record is sealed. The bell remains suspended. The note remains unwritten. End transmission.